Wow, so looks like we're live. Um, as you can see, we've bought up quite a bit. Um, and I think that has to do with potentially the shutdown being, um, that issue being resolved, but who knows? We still have about 2 minutes before, yeah. Honestly, that could potentially be an entry if we are very buy heavy. But let's just open the chart over here. Yeah, look how much we bought up. I think that's in light of the government shutdown because I was just on the phone with my mom not more than a couple of minutes ago, and she was saying that probably like 10, 15 minutes ago, she was saying that they are um the process of working on an agreement, and I think this might be the fruits of that because I don't know. I want to say the reason why everything went so crazy previously, or not crazy, but really slow, was because the shutdown was dragging on for so long that it just okay, so now we're open for business. Anyways, the shutdown was just dragging on for so long that it just there was no really real interest in the market, and I feel like that's why we weren't getting any good moves at all. So right off the bat, um I don't know. I don't even know what to say to this because we've bought up so much, and you can't even see the top. We've bought up so much that could, could we keep buying? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing saying that we can't keep buying, but you know, I'm gonna be a little bit more, probably a little bit more conservative. So, um, for today, we just turned red. So for today, um, well, not even just today. So we're gonna have. I'm kind of mad because not even mad, but just I thought the shutdown was gonna last into infinity, you know, and so I had a whole plan, guys, whole plan, which involved trading, involved doing ride share, involved a lot of chill time, which may not end up happening after all. But um, what we do have is I made a plan to trade during the day. So I have a lot of streams scheduled this week um, based off of um, based off of all of the free time that I was supposed to have. We'll see if that's the case here. Um, but yeah, so effectively, what we're gonna be doing is, um, let's see if this it should. And that why is that okay? Well, that's sad. Anyways, um, what was I saying? I don't remember. Anyways, so basically, I the plan is to still have these evening sessions, right? Um, and more the evening sessions will still be doing analysis, still potentially be trading, but the reality is I was gonna move trading to the daytime as well. So, for example, if there were no opportunities during the evening, then we're trading during the afternoon, morning slash afternoon. And so I was gonna have a 2 hour block of time um, set aside between 10 and 12 to trade, which isn't bad. It was gonna work with my morning schedule in general. Now, if the market, not the market, ugh, if the government, stupid government, reopens, then I don't know how I'm gonna execute that. I mean, I could. It's not impossible. It's just it's just if if I have to work during the day, it's gonna be hard to stream because that's the problem. I can't stream, and streaming keeps me present, keeps me focused. And so if I can't stream it, then I don't know. It's just I don't know. See, so effectively, if we were trading based off of without the if we were trading without the filter, that would be a sell. Um yeah, if we were trading without the filter, that would be a sell right there. But we are trading with the filter, so it's not a sell, and it won't be a sell. Oop. And it won't be a sell until it comes all the way down here, or until this comes all the way up here, and then it comes in. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's a potential buy, even though we're red. I'm just seeing a lot of upwards momentum. And there you go. Anyways, yeah, and this is why we have a filter. This is why we have a filter, folks. Um, and also this would have been a trade, except it lost. So, but it wasn't technically it wasn't because this happened at 7:28 and I wasn't trading. So I was here, I just wasn't trading. Um, so yeah, that needs to happen. So, anyways, let's talk about, yeah, so talked about it already, but government shutdown, got furloughed due to the length of the shutdown. Um, and so even if the shutdown was lifted, they also have to lift the stop work order, which who knows how long until they get around to doing that. So, um, my week of just doing things that I enjoy may come to an end sooner than I expected. One thing is, I don't know what it made me do is it made me start to look at my career that I have now. It pays the bills, it makes decent money, but at the end of the day, I don't really enjoy what I do. It's for a paycheck, you know. And so I don't know, I'd much rather. And so having this shut down and being in a position where I'm like, oh, I need to kind of look at my career choices and maybe change careers because the government is too unstable, mentally unstable. Well, with mentally unstable people running the country, like what? Can't. It's always the politicians fighting, can't get along, and who pays the price? We do, not them. They get paid the whole time. So, my mom was like, "Oh, we should pass a law that says that if there's a shutdown, they can't get paid." And I'm like, "And who's gonna pass that law? They have to pass that law. They're not gonna pass that law." Anyways, so I really want started looking at like my career path, and it's not bad. It's a good career path that's generally stable, but also very unstable at current political climate. And being furloughed twice within the last year is absolutely ridiculous. Um, and so I don't know, I also just really got me thinking about doing something I enjoy versus doing something that pays the bills. So I don't know. It just got me thinking. And so I've applied to a lot of different jobs because at the end of the day, um, this is what I want to be doing is just trading, obviously. But, I also want to have a stable career job as well. Because as much as I like trading, I would also love to be able to work from home and have a stable income. Yet, trading should be a supplement. Um, and yes, eventually a solid, full, self-sustaining income, but until such a time as that, right now, it's a supplement. So, so yeah, I don't know how the week is gonna play out. I had a list of I had a list of things um that I was gonna do this week, and I still am. So who cares if the government reopens? They're not messing up my plans for my week. So let's get started. What are those plans? So tomorrow, actually, I have nothing going on tomorrow. Um, so I ordered some things for my Lyft endeavors for when I'm a Lyft driver. So I got some basic things that I would need, a cover for the back seat, keep it looking nice. And then also, yeah, I got some interior lighting because my car has like no interior lighting, and so when you get in, it's like dark, like pitch black in there. Anyways, and then um just some other things. So aside from that, um so I will probably be getting that stuff tomorrow, and I will be installing those things on the car. I want to take the car through the car wash, but the windshield is cracking beyond repair. So I will be getting the windshield repaired on Tuesday. Then Zazio has a grooming appointment on Wednesday, which for some reason is not in my calendar, so I don't remember the time. Um, and then on Thursday, yeah, I got nothing. So my week's pretty open, but I also have streaming all of those days between 10 and 12. So that was gonna be my day. So that's the thing. I don't know how it's gonna shape up if, I go back to work, but I still think I could do it. I don't think I could stream like, where I'm talking. But I could definitely have if I pre have everything set up, so all I have to do is just pop in. It might be good. It might be good. One thing I realized is instead of trying to navigate and trade certain times, I really want to focus on trading, um, not time, so time. So basically, when I say times, I was narrowing down my trading based on what I thought the market did during that time frame. Like, okay, so today, or after 7:30, the market goes into a whatever, whatever, or after 9:30 in the morning, that's when we've settled into a flow. But here's the thing, if I try to shoot for that the market changes. The market's always changing. And so instead of trying to chase the market and trying to nail the perfect time where the market has the perfect setups and 100% accuracy, instead of doing that, I just trade when it's convenient for me. This time is convenient. The market can be slow, it can be fast, it doesn't matter. This time is convenient, and between 10 and 12 is after I've woken up, started work, taken Zazio to the park. I mean, if I was working, taken Zazio to the park, came back, ate breakfast, all of that stuff. So by 10 o'clock, I'm ready to sit down. I'm ready to put some of my focus in the trading. It works for me. It has nothing to do with, oh, the market should have settled down or settled into a this and that. Um, um, yeah, it has nothing to do with that. It's simply, oh, the market can do what it wants, but this is when I'm sitting down. And so if I happen to sit down on a bad day, then I happen to sit down on a bad day. This is the way it goes. And if I have an appointment at that time, well, then I missed it, right? Um, My other thing was, um do I start a new chart? Possibly. Um Very much possibly, but I don't know yet. Um because I might have to start a chart for like daytime sessions, but I have to be consistent even if I'm not trading it. I still have to consistently come in and see, what when is it more profitable for me, or and not just in profitability terms, but in logistics. Because like this time is great because I don't have any distractions, but you try to get me in the middle of the day where I have work bothering me. I have, well, Zazel bothers me all the time, but I have work bothering me, or I have day appointments and things to keep. So yeah, it can fluctuate depending on when is really convenient, but and that's why I like doing the streams, because I can in real time assess how I'm feeling. So yeah. Today, okay, because it's November and I forgot the last two or so times that I did this, but you know, it's November, coming up to Thanksgiving, so I want to say some things that I'm thankful for, okay? Where start? Where to start? Um, you know, I am thankful for this time to reflect. You know, I've been going just nonstop, and just like a cycle of rinse and repeat. I go to work, and then I get done with work. I go to the gym. I come home. I stream. I go to bed. I do it over and over and over. And then it's Saturday. I run errands, and then I come home. I fall asleep, and then I get up, and then it's Sunday, and it's a never ending cycle. It's a never ending cycle, and this time being furloughed has given me a lot of um, a lot of time to think about, where I am career wise, and, you know, things I want to do. And so, honestly, I um I am thankful for this time. When I heard that we were getting furloughed, part of me was a little anxious, but then the rest of me was like, well, I saw that coming. And then the rest of me was like, cool, now I have time to focus on things I enjoy, and, really. So I don't know. I wasn't, I think the last time that I was furloughed, it really created time for me to focus on my relationship with God. And my faith grew a lot through that. And yeah, but with this time around, it's like I feel like it's time for me to grow and grow out of some old things, old patterns of just accepting, well, this is the way things are, and not searching for better, being content with being content with mediocre. Um, cause yeah, I don't know. I'm a believer that, we were meant for great things, um, and not to just live a subpar, mediocre, boring existence where you just, you know, punch in, punch out, fall asleep, wake up, and do it all over again without creating any real meaning. Oh, which reminds me, I signed up for a Bible study. It's on Friday. I mean, I think so. I don't remember. I signed up for it like in the middle of the night because I realized like one thing like I'm missing is I'm missing a lot of connection, um, because I could have people in my life, but they're not there. They're not here in a sense, like they can call or check in, and they're there in words, but not in deed. I want someone who I can call up and go to coffee with. Not that I drink coffee, but someone I can have coffee with, or you know or like, hey, let's go see a movie. Like I want someone I can just do life with. And um I don't have that right now, because it's like my family's super far away. Yeah, they're in another state. And then I got my fiance, but it's like he lives not that far away, but he doesn't have a car, so it's like he can't come see me, and then I can't really go see him because his apartment situation doesn't allow for people to come in and out. So it's not like, so what are we gonna do? Stand in the parking lot? So yeah, it's it I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel lonely, but I feel alone a lot, and so um not in a sad, depressing way, but just I'm missing that connection, um, cause and I want to get it in like a spiritually healthy way, because I feel like in past relationships, I always had, connection. They were always there. We were always doing things, and we always had someone to do stuff with, but it wasn't always in the healthiest way. But I never felt like I was, you know, alone. I felt like I felt like I was doing life with someone, right? And so that's one big thing that I miss is I don't I don't have that I don't have that doing life with somebody kind of a feeling. I don't have that. And so um yeah, I want to get involved in like a Bible study where I can connect with like-minded people that are healthy, and not like physically healthy, but like spiritually healthy and all of that, but also physically healthy. And you know, and find a group to just do life with, because I realize, that's a big thing that I'm missing. So that reminded me of that. Anyways, I was still going through my thankful list. I feel like I say a lot of the same things over and over, but it's because they're valid. Um, I am thankful for this day. It was a beautiful day. It was beautiful. I went to the dog park. I met some lady there. Her name was Norgery. I remember her name. It was Norgery. Um, and she had a dog, and Zazio was off the walls, just playing like crazy, but it was nice because they're just it, it's just nice to be able to have like a feeling of community, in a sense that I can go um I can go to pretty much any dog park and just strike up a conversation. Or I met some lady the other day from Ohio, but she was just walking her dog just on the street. I don't, there's a neighborhood I go to. I don't live there, but I just walk around in the neighborhood and pretend that I live there, and I say hello to all my pretend neighbors. And then I, strike up conversations with them. And one of them is from Ohio. And, we're just talking about how Texans don't know what cold weather is, so we were having a nice laugh about that. And it's just nice because um I don't know, I really appreciate the time, even if it's just small connections, small moments. It doesn't have to be something major like, oh, this is your new best friend, but just someone in passing. And I appreciate those moments and those times, especially today, because it was a beautiful day, and I went on like 4 different walks with Sasio. So, and he was still bouncing off the walls even when we got home. And that's the other thing, I'm thankful for Zazio, because without him, be I don't know that I'd be um just as active as I am, and as social, quote unquote, social as I am. So, I'm thankful for him, even though he's a handful sometimes. What else? I'm thankful for thankful for my fitness class, It keeps I was talking to my sister earlier today and we were talking about how you know, we're young and we're blessed with healthy bodies and the ability, some people don't have the ability to get up and go for a jog or go for a walk, and we have that ability. So, we're just talking about how we're blessed in that regard, and I do feel blessed that I can, go to my fitness class um and learn some things because I'm really bad at the gym. I always wanted to go to the gym, but I'm just really bad at, I don't know what to do when I'm there. I get all awkward and it's just so yeah, I feel awkward going to the gym. But 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 yeah, I am grateful that I was able to to go all of this time. Is it kind of pricey? Yeah, but I'm still grateful for it. I'm grateful for the people there. They really care. Um, and the coach really cares about our health and well-being, and not just for show. Like he actually cares. Um, hmm, nice. Sorry. Anyways, very so. I kind of want to look up the news. So yeah, I will leave that because there's so many more days that I need to come up with things to be thankful for. And I feel like I just repeat things. So so next I'm going to go to the verse of the day and I'm gonna actually read the surrounding verses because this one is short. Okay. So the verse is Psalm 139, verse 23. Let me just read the other previous verse or not. Anyways, oh, okay. I'll read 23 and 24. So it says, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Sometimes I find myself saying this, and for good reason. Search me and know my heart. When people say like, oh, like you're the only one who knows your heart, you and God, but sometimes I feel like I don't know my heart because I think I do, and then I'm like, wait, is that even true? I don't know. Like sometimes, for example, let's say I want to do something, whatever, and in my heart, I have good intentions, but also somewhere in my heart, just a little tiny piece. Is it my heart? Is it my mind, flesh, body? I don't know. But some part of me doesn't have good intentions, right? Like sometimes I'll go into a situation thinking, oh, this is this is what I want to happen or something like that. Um, and it's something good. But other times I'll go into the same situation, and while the same thought of I want this good thing to happen, there's the other part of me that's like, oh, I want this other thing to happen. That's not good. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think only God really knows my heart because I be confusing myself sometimes. I have no idea. It's like, like for example, this is a dumb example, but it's a recent example. Being furloughed. You would think, you would think that I would want to have my job back. And I do because I want the shutdown to end because that'll mean thousands of people will get to go back to work and get paid. And I know they need their their jobs, they have mortgages, they have kids, they have bills, they have all these things. Some people in their EBT or whatever. But I know there's people that are really, really struggling because they got laid off at the beginning of the shutdown that happened over a month ago. So I want the shutdown to end. But there's the other part of me that's like, yeah, but I want time to trade. I want time to, find, redefine myself. I was gonna say find myself, but I was like, no, redefine myself. And maybe just being furloughed for a couple of days is good because, it kind of kicks me into gear, gets the ball rolling on what needs to happen. But as far as um I want a good thing to happen. I want the shutdown to end because it'll help so many people. But I also am selfish, and I'm like, but I don't want to go back to work. So how do you deal with that? I don't know. And then verse 24 said, um, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. I need that. I need God to show me what is right and what is true because often I think that I'm on the right path and I'm not. That's happened several times in the form of quite a few poor life decisions. But I need guidance, especially when it comes to my soul, because I don't know. I know what's to an extent, I know what's right and wrong. I know what's good, bad, but at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, but wait. Yeah, there's always a part of me that's just like, and I don't know. I don't know. So, I mean, that's the verse for the day. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. God knows the heart, and He knows the intentions, and that's the truth. I don't even know what to say. That's the truth. Um, so yeah. Um, I don't know. We got another 30 minutes left, and typically we'll be getting some. So usually around 8 o'clock. If it's slow, sometimes we get a trade around 8, but there's no setups happening because we have to sell all the way past this point or all the way past 40. So we have to sell all the way down here somewhere. We have to pass this or somewhere in this area before we get a sell. And then for there to be a buy, you see how you see how we got these nice thick bars. There's no way we're gonna get a buy from that. It's not gonna happen. So now, could that be a buy if we ignore this? Yeah, because we're above here, so we could buy effectively, but we can't because this isn't green, and that's the filter. So we follow the filter, even though we miss trades. Like that's just the reality. You follow the filter, you're gonna miss trades, most definitely. Because here there was a beautiful trade at 645. Then there was a loss at 702. Then there was a win at 711. And then, wait, let me make sure. Yeah, there was a win at 711 and then a loss at 730. So effectively, just looking at this, we have two wins and two losses. But I mean, this is not even our trading window. But what I'm saying is, the strategy isn't perfect, right? It's not supposed to be. Um, it's literally just supposed to filter out things like this. You see all this choppy mess, like that, that little thing. Yeah, it filters out those things, but then sometimes you get this where, where there's clear divergence where we bought up here from here and there. Anyways, I don't know. So, like I was saying, I don't think there's gonna be any trades today. At least not right now. Cause we're up what we were up like when I came in, we were up like 1.1 something percent. Yeah, I just read. It says, stock futures rise as Senate nears deal to end the government shutdown. 100%. I was like, yeah, that's what that huge spike was. Because I think that's why, again, why the last couple of weeks, because the shutdown's been going on for what, 40 days now? That's insane. Anyways, but yeah, the shutdown's been going on for 40 days. And so I think that that's why the last 2 weeks, um I think things were very volatile because of the shutdown, and then they just kind of got quiet because no one was trading because you never know what's gonna happen, so nobody wanted to be stuck in something. So, because didn't on Friday, because I feel like whenever they vote down on something, everything plunges. Like when they get close to a deal, see, let's interpret this. They got close to making a deal, then they voted and up crashed, and then we were just chopping and nobody knew what to do after that. Anyways, this is highly politically motivated at this point. So yeah, apparently this is the longest shutdown in history. Why is there a whole clock? There's a whole timer. It says Democrats, oh, this is from the White House. This is funny. It says Democrats have shut down the government for 39 days, 22 hours, 6 minutes, and 22, 23, 24 seconds. That is diabolical. I think it's funny that they specified that, um, get they're off by like an hour. Anyways, I think it's funny that they specified that the Democrats have shut down the government. That's funny. That's hilarious. Hmm. It says in Texas, federal workers affected around 218,000 of state workforce furloughed or without working without pay. Wow, imagine that. Working without pay is insane. See where we're spending. This is a nice little chart. Let's go to Idaho. It says um it says around 14,000 um are furloughed in Idaho. That's 1.6 of the state workforce. How much were we? About 1.6 of the state workforce, but a way bigger number. Idaho at 1.6 of the workforce. Idaho's sitting at 14,000 furloughs, and Texas is sitting the same percentage, but 218,000. Let's go to another state. Let's go to, I don't know what state to choose. Gosh, let's go to California. I don't like California. 1.4% of the state, but at 251,000 is crazy. Um, and all these 5.4, basically 5.5 million enrollees in SNAP benefits impacted after 30 days. Yeah, you see what a shutdown does? It's not pretty. It's not pretty. 40 days. The left is willing to shut down the government to protect NPR, climate scams, DEI bloat, yet not a word about cutting a dime for Planned Parenthood. I don't understand what they're trying to say, but okay. Um, let's see. What's the 1792 exchange? This says shutting down the government is bad for business. Slowing down the economy's momentum is bad for America. The CR is a good solution for today as we continue to work to build a solid foundation for our country's future prosperity. What is the CR? Why are we speaking in code? Anyways, let's keep scrolling. This is a very long list. Bienvenido. This has to do with the I knew it. Okay, this one says a government shutdown would harm millions of hardworking Americans, including Hispanic families who are part of the federal workforce, depend on small business contracts and rely on essential services. Past shutdowns have cost taxpayers billions, delayed pay for critical workers, and shaken the confidence in the economy. It's exactly what it's doing. Congress must act quickly to keep the government open and protect the economic stability that Hispanic communities depend on. Who wrote this? It just, the list keeps going. Dallas Safari Club, what is this? Dallas Safari Club and its members asked that the senators vote yes on the clean continuing resolution to keep the government funded and working for the American people. Hunters and wildlife depend on the U.S. government to approve numerous permits and other measures to continue our conservation work domestically and abroad. How'd you say conservation and hunters in the same sentence? What? Keeps growing. What is this? The list keeps going. Focus on the families in here. October 20th. The government shutdown is no laughing matter. A reoccurring gag on The Simpsons, the longest running primetime animated series in the US, revolves around the slothfulness of Homer Simpson as a safety inspector at the Springfield nuclear power plant. Yes, 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 we know. This is a long one. This is like a whole, someone wrote an essay. Sorry, what the heck? Wow, I was trying to mute myself and the button didn't work until after I sneezed. Come on. Okay, it worked that time. Goodness. Okay, basically, somebody wrote an essay about The Simpsons. I'm not going to read that. 500,000 kids. 500,000 kids urges our elected officials. This must be some sort of an organization. Dang, somebody put in a lot of time and effort. Teamsters, okay. Some of these things I know. Texas Farm Bureau, what the? Um, Cerebral palsy. What do they have to say about this? The government shutdown disproportionately harms Americans with disabilities. People with disabilities rely on stable healthcare programs, community supports, and benefits, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it affects a lot of people. What you want to say about it? Now, I'm still scrolling through a whole long list that I didn't even read the title. Young Jewish Conservative. What is this? National something. National Association of Realtors is on here. What? Oh, these are a complete list of organizations supporting a clean CR. What's the CR? Did I miss something? Okay, let me just go Google what the clean CR is and what's the deal. What's the deal with the clean? I try to stay away from politics for reasons such as this. It says the Republicans have offered a clean CR, continuing resolution. Oh, duh. A continuing resolution that keeps the government spending and priorities as they are. No increases, no cuts, just keeping the government operating while Congress negotiates a new budget. Oh, a continuing resolution. Hmm. Oh, they wouldn't pass. The Democrats didn't want to pass a continuing resolution. Is that what that is? Um, okay, well, that's just ridiculous. Anyways, you know, well, we know what CR stands for. It's not secret code. And we have 15 minutes left. Nothing has happened. This is going to be another 0 day. This is wild. Yeah, this is why, trading this is it's tough because it's like um yeah, it's like there's no like I said, a couple weeks ago we were getting what was it, 13 trades, and now we're getting like none. Like what's with that? All right, 1 second. So, yeah, we are getting closer to the mark, but it's just we're not quite there yet. Hold on, I was just trying to pull this up. Put this back. Okay. I notice when I don't have a bunch of when I shut down the computer, we have a lot better luck with things not breaking. Okay. What day is it? It's the 9th. Sunday. And there's gonna be zero trades. Another day of zero. It's wild. 7:32, 8:30. Okay, so then we have to go back here. And then let's open this one. Did I press that button? I don't remember. Okay, here we go. Hopefully everything is still running. Yeah, it's still running. Hmm. Anyways, trading journal. Yeah, looks like we're gonna be entering all zeros. Boom, 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 boom. Tab it. Come on. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that, you know? Well, let's have Monday. Oh, I guess I could just do this. Ta-da. Okay. So I may do an evening, this one like my evening trading journal, and then make a duplicate and do a daytime one. But I don't know how consistent I can be with that. We could try. Let's go home because I'll have to create something because I can't just randomly go in with no stats or anything. So let's go. Can we make a copy of this? Of course we can't. That would be too high tech. Too high tech. How does one make a copy? I don't know. Maybe save as copy? No, well, make a copy. Yes, let's do that. And then we'll say, what, sorry, 10 to 12 p.m. trading journal. Okay, so hopefully, yikes. See, things are starting to get glitchy now. Yeah, there's gonna be 0 trades in the next 10 minutes. I'm confident at calling this. I don't know if you can hear the sirens in the back, but they're overkill. Overkill. Okay, so we have the same one, but we're just gonna remove all of the data basically and start at 0. So all of these, clear contents if we can do that. No. That's why I prefer actual Microsoft Excel versus Google Sheets because this does not have some of the capacity that the other does. Okay, let's just kind of go delete and then go up. Okay, and then let's go down. Okay, get rid of the note section. Okay, let's get rid of, oh, I need to fix that on the other one. Let's get rid of, oh, I think I already did, never mind. Let's get rid of that, and that. Okay, so our starting point is literally 0. And then we'll fix this. Well, basically, I just need to, how do I delete this? Oh, never mind. Okay, so we're gonna start with tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? The 10th? Wouldn't it be cool if your birthday was November 11th, 2011? Wait, 2011. Yeah, November 11th, 2011. Then it would be 11, 11, 11, or 1911, but then you'd be over 100. Anyways, remember Ted. Was I putting it? I don't even remember now. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so I was putting the date right. I thought so. Okay, back. We have 6 more minutes. Okay. Whoa. I didn't write that. Did I write this? I could have sworn it said November 10th and it did not say Monday. I did not write this, right? Okay. Anyways, so we'll have Monday through Friday instead of Sunday through Sunday through Thursday, because these are the day shifts. So then we'll start again Monday, November, and then there's gonna be a hiccup because I'll be gone probably 2 weeks for Thanksgiving, but I'll still try to pop in and do the numbers without trading them because I don't think I will have the capacity to do so. Anyways, November, when does that start? It says probably the 17th. Okay. 2025. Boop. Okay. And then let me just double check that's right. Because we can't count. Okay. And then there, let's do there. Anyways, so that's gonna be, why is time, why do I feel like time's just going by very, very slowly this time? I like my new diet. This is not related to anything, but I like my new diet. I eat breakfast, a nice protein filled breakfast. It gives me energy. And then usually around like 1 or so, usually in the afternoon, I will I will oh, eh, usually in the afternoon I will eat a lunch, also a lot of proteins, healthy carbs, um, and then I have like a little dessert, which is basically yogurt and topped. No, so it's apple crisp topped with yogurt instead of ice cream because I wanted ice cream, but then I didn't have any ice cream and I didn't want to go buy ice cream, so I was like, yogurt works, vanilla yogurt. I don't need vanilla ice cream. Plus, it just feels healthier. Anyways, so I been eating apple crisp, and then I'm not even hungry. Like it's 8:30 now. Well, almost. And I'm a little hungry, but I just drank some water. And honestly, I feel like I have more energy during the day. Also, side note, I didn't sleep at all today, which is pretty huge considering I tend to fall asleep. Um, yeah, I tend to fall asleep, especially on the weekends. And I don't know. I oh, there you go. We don't have any trades. That's so disappointing. Yeah, typically if you see something like this before you come into the market, you're not gonna get any trades because then you're just entering chop mania at this point. But I'm still grateful for the time to be able to just sit down, look at the charts, and really just just be present. Um, yeah, nothing is about to happen within the next 2 minutes. Like, what could happen? Let's see. We could dump all the way. So, we could dump really hard boom, 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 for no good reason. Then we could pop up just a little bit and then keep dumping. That's the only way. And that would have to happen within the next minute. And that's not happening. So, um, yeah. Or this would have to buy up a ton. This turns green, buys up, short period of selling, buys up, and that would give you a buy. But there's no entries this entire hour, zero entries. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. This was between 6:30 and 7:30. 6:30 started here. Well, this would have been the first one. So here, 6:30 to 7:30. So you had all that movement. And then 7:30 to 8:30, nothing. So yeah, nothing's happening. We have literally 30 seconds for nothing to happen, and I'm hitting this button so fast. That's five, four, three, two, one, and done. All right, folks. No trades today. Or are we sad? Not really. Yeah. So